This hearing is at Pocock Street in London. Your hearing will be at a centre near you. The room may be formal or informal, depending on the venue.
I didn't know quite what to expect, and I was a little bit bewildered.
On the day of the tribunal, I wasn't particularly nervous, no.
When you're hearing lots and lots of different negative things about how you don't want to go to tribunal, it just adds to the whole stress and nervousness on the day.
Not being able to express myself is what I dreaded the most.
Parents can sometimes be anxious and nervous of what's going to happen in that tribunal. Miss Foster.
That's right.
Hi there, I'm Jason. I'm the tribunal clerk. Did you manage to find us okay this morning?
Yeah, well, I did get a bit lost, but yeah.
All right. What I'll do, I'll take you to the waiting room now. You're the first one to arrive, so if you just want to follow me.
Sure.
The tribunal clerk will be there to answer questions or any accommodation needs on the day. Anything simple as asking where the toilets are or where they can go for a bite to eat. If you want to bring a child to the hearing with you, you need to put it in writing to the tribunal in advance of the hearing. Also, we do say that if you do bring your child along, you do need someone to look after the child while they're not in the hearing.
I think there's going to be a significant issue over speech and language therapy.
Whilst you are waiting, the tribunal panel is busy identifying the main issues and deciding what questions they want to ask. They may not go through things in the order you expect them to.
I'm not quite sure that it's fitting at all.
Good morning, everyone. Come on in. You'll see that you've got...
Hearings are normally held in large meeting rooms. Space can be limited, which is why the tribunal needs to know how many people you are bringing.
Please do help yourselves to a glass of water if you'd like one. Now, the Special Educational Needs and Disability Tribunal is an independent tribunal. We're part of the tribunal's service within the Ministry of Justice, and it's our job to hear appeals by parents against local authority decisions about their children's special educational needs. It's very important to understand the limits of the tribunal's powers. We're only able to consider the child's educational needs and not any other needs such as their social needs. We must make our decision based on the evidence that's presented to us. As tribunal judge, I'll first of all explain the procedure of the hearing to the parties. I'll ensure that that process is followed through, and then I'll assist in the decision-making process by advising the panel on the law and ensuring that the decision that's made reflects the evidence. The decision that we make is legally binding on both parties. From our reading of the papers, my colleagues and I have identified a number of issues that we feel it would be useful to go into in more detail, but that doesn't prevent you from raising other issues that you feel might be relevant to our decision. You should expect the hearing to be a little less formal than in other court settings. What we do is we identify each of the topics that we'd like to address, and we proceed with the hearing, taking each topic in turn, inviting each party to put its point in relation to that topic and introduce any evidence as we go along. And any member of the panel might ask questions at any time.
It was in the summer term, and his reading had improved a lot. Mr. Justice said he'd made really good progress.
Is this relevant? I thought we were talking about...
Mr. Banerjee, perhaps you could let Mrs. Foster finish.
Sorry.
You'll get the chance to respond later. Miss Foster.
Well, I said to...
The judge won't let people interrupt, so save your comments until it's your turn. If you make a point, use evidence to back it up.
And so, by about half-term, he was in, circle time. He was there and he seemed a lot happier, didn't he?
Mm.
Sorry, could you repeat that? What did you say about Cirtle Time?
That he was, joining in more.
Joining in more with Cirtle Time?
Yes.
Thank you.
OK, I think this would be a good moment to take a break. We'll take about 15 minutes, I think. So...
The judge decides when to take breaks, but you can ask for a break if you need to clear your head, go to the toilet, or speak privately to one of your witnesses. Some hearings last all day, and catering facilities in the area can be limited. So make your own arrangements in terms of food and drink. The panel may use the time to decide what further evidence they need to hear.
Miss Plummer, can I ask you about the class that he would go into? What's the staffing level at the moment?
Well, at the moment there's a class
Specialist members also ask questions.
for 3 mornings a week.
Miss Foster, do you have any questions for Miss Plummer?
I think so.
Go ahead.
Okay. Who will be giving the support at your school? Will they have the same...
Parents can also question witnesses on the topic being discussed.
Before we finish, I'll invite both parties to sum up, and we'll hear from Mr. Banerjee first, and then you, Mrs. Foster.
Thank you. Well, the statement as drafted...
Towards the end of the hearing, the judge asks each side to summarise their case. If you do the summing up yourself, you can use any notes you made before the hearing. The judge ends the hearing by telling you when to expect a decision.
As I said earlier, you should receive our decision in writing within 10 working days from today's date. Thank you very much indeed.
At the beginning of the hearing, I was scared to speak up, but as it went on, I got more and more comfortable and confident about that.
I felt they were sympathetic even during the actual tribunal.
The tribunal panel actually put us at ease very quickly. They were very pleasant people, and they also showed a genuine interest in our daughter.
In 1 or 2 instances, the panel member actually disagreed with the judge, and what I wanted to be discussed was then discussed. So I felt the panel members were a good check on the judge, who's obviously the person in charge. That's quite clear.